an amazing celebration of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's love for one another. The wedding of the couple was a multifaceted event that was loaded with wonderful surprises and touches that were properly handled. This made the wedding an excellent celebration of their love for one another. This might be attributed to the fact that the wedding turned out to be an event that was both gorgeous and unforgettable. People who are interested in a more in-depth look into the details of how Lopez made the day truly unique for Affleck are the ones who will profit from this. Those individuals are the ones who will appreciate this. The wedding was held in Riceboro, Georgia, and the location was a big estate that was chosen as the backdrop owing to the tranquil and beautiful settings that it provided. The wedding was hosted in Georgia. The property of the newlyweds, which was located on 87 acres of land, was subjected to considerable repairs in order to serve as an excellent setting for the wedding ceremony and reception. The property was placed on the land. Both the ceremony and the reception were placed outside, with the placid lake serving as the backdrop. In addition to that, the celebration was set against the backdrop of the breathtaking trees that surrounded the lake. Due to the fact that the couple desired to have a moment that was both private and majestic, the backdrop was selected with the intention of evoking feelings of tranquility and the majesty of nature. This was done in order to satisfy their demand, which was addressed. This action, which was made in order to facilitate the fulfillment of their objective, provided support for their desire to have a private conversation. It is possible that the wedding gown that Jennifer Lopez wore might be considered one of the most memorable moments of the celebrations. This is a possibility. In addition to having a high neckline, a fitted bodice, and a beautiful train that flowed elegantly behind her, the custom Ralph Lauren masterpiece was a masterpiece that was made according to her specifications. It was a masterpiece that was a masterpiece. Her specific requests were taken into consideration when the creation of this work of art was carried out. Silk satin, which is a beautiful fabric, was used in the construction of the gown. The satin was then decorated with crystal decorations and gorgeous lace. Following the conclusion of all the proceedings, the bride put on the gown by herself. The dress that Lopez wore was not just a fashion statement, but it was also a reflection of her classic sense of style and the significance of the event that she was invited to attend. Lopez was invited to attend the event due to its significance. Because Lopez was invited to attend the event, she decided to wear the attire, which she did. Lopez was issued an invitation to attend each of these events, and he accepted these invitations. Both Affleck and the guests who were present were given the opportunity to appreciate the surprise that was incorporated into the event. This was because the dress was kept hidden until the moment of the main unveiling, which was the reason for this decision. There was yet another unexpected turn of events that happened, and that was the fact that Lopez made the decision to perform at the wedding. When she took the stage for her performance at the wedding, she began by performing a medley of her most popular songs, which she then proceeded to perform in rapid succession. She did not take a break from her performance at any point over the extended duration of the celebration. Affleck was bestowed with a personal gift in the shape of her performance, which not only showcased her musical aptitude but also demonstrated her overall musical ability. Her performance serves as a display of her overall musical ability. Throughout her career, she has consistently shown her support for her work, and her performance was a reflection of both her musical genius and her general musical talent. This performance, which included songs with a strong emotional resonance, such as This Is Me, Then, as well as tracks that were vibrant, such as On the Floor, gave the audience an experience that was colorful and engaging. This performance was put on by the band. As a result of the set, the audience was provided with the opportunity to gain something important from this experience. The unexpected concert turned the reception into a musical celebration that will be remembered for a very long time. This is something that will be remembered for a very long time. It was this concert that stands out as one of the most remarkable aspects of the evening. It was Lopez's duty to make arrangements for friends and family members who were unable to attend the wedding to send an emotional video greeting to the newlyweds after they were married. This was done after the wedding. Furthermore, this was scheduled to take place in addition to the performance that Lopez had already carried out during the wedding. On multiple occasions throughout the course of this film, a number of characters expressed their affectionate and heartfelt greetings to one another and to their loved ones. Not only did these statements feature personal experiences, but they also offered messages of love and support for the individual who was being referred to in the text. Due to the fact that it was incorporated into the celebration, it was able to acquire a greater emotional depth than it would have otherwise given. There was an emotional component to the celebration that was brought about by this poignant reminder of the bonds that transcend beyond the physical presence of the individuals involved. In terms of the reception itself, there was a considerable amount of planning that was completed throughout the process. An environment that was both interesting and filled with stars was created as a result of the big tent being decked out with hundreds of fairy lights. There were decorations of many kinds inside the tent. It was possible to make out a great number of stars in the night sky. The flower arrangements were meticulously crafted from the natural surroundings from which they were constructed. They featured a combination of classic white flowers and lush foliage that was a fantastic fit for the natural surroundings. The flower arrangements were made from the natural surroundings. Components such as a menu that offered gourmet delights and a fantastic presentation of those meals contributed to the overall perfection of the dining experience, which was similarly exceptional. This was made possible by the fact that the dining experience was extraordinary. During the celebration, the wedding cake that the couple had baked themselves was another thing that stood out as a focal point that stood out more than anything else. The dessert that was being served was adorned with a piping design that was rather intricate as well as sugar flowers that were quite delicate. It was a delicious delicacy that was composed of several different levels of sweetness. The cake, which was designed to suit the refined aesthetic of the event that was taking place at the time it was being served, brought the celebrations that took place throughout the evening to a satisfying end. The cake was delivered to the guests at the time that it was being served. There was a feeling of celebration and festivity that pervaded the atmosphere throughout the length of the day, and it was present throughout the entirety of the day. Invitation was extended to the couple's closest friends and members of their family to attend a special event that was organized with the intention of showcasing the couple's unique characteristics as well as the profound love that they have for one another. It was the intention of the organizers of the event to highlight the distinctive qualities that the couple have. By giving great consideration to every aspect of their wedding, from the location to the surprises, they ensured that it was not only a public spectacle, but also a deeply personal and significant event. This was accomplished by ensuring that their wedding was not only a public spectacle. This was done in order to make certain that their wedding was not merely a public display throughout the ceremony. During the course of the ceremony, this was done in order to guarantee that their wedding would not come off as nothing more than a public exhibition. The wedding of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez was a demonstration of their love and commitment to one another. This was evident from the fact that Jennifer Lopez surprised Ben Affleck and that the ceremony was carried out without a single error being made. Without a doubt, the wedding was a huge success. With the purpose of being an amazing description of both events, it was designed with the intention of being a flawless depiction of their journey together and their commitment to do everything in their power to make their big day one of a kind. The day was supposed to be a fantastic depiction of their journey together, from the magnificent clothing and meaningful performances to the personal touches and elegant setting. This was the intention behind the day. Both of these components were intended to be perfect in their execution. There was a strategy in place to ensure that the day would be ideal. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.